good to see you again. I hope you had a great time watching the noble knight on his quest for the upside down King Jesus. How good was it that he finally got to meet Jesus in the flesh? Now, while we might not see Jesus today walking around Dalby, we can still learn loads about him.
Did someone say Jesus?
Hi, Chantel, how are you?
Oh yeah, I've been busy during lockdown. Those videos of David make for great viewing. They made me feel heaps better when it was all a bit crazy out there. Speaking of, you were talking about Jesus?
I was telling our kids' church friends that we can still learn more about Jesus, even though we don't get to see him around Dalby today, because we can read about him in the Bible.
That sounds like fun. David talks heaps about Jesus. I'd love to know more about him.
Well, Chantel, I've been reading Philippians lately, and Paul tells us how Jesus can help us to not be anxious in our lives. How good is that?
Wow, really cool. That's really cool. I really like what David says about the Bible being anxious. It really helps me.
Does it?
But sometimes I find it a bit hard to understand. It was written so long ago.
Yeah, it was written by God's people so long ago. But did you know, Chantel, it still speaks to us today? Hey, Chantel, you've given me an idea.
Really? What's that?
How about we go and ask some of God's people, Jesus' followers, about how they understand more about Jesus today in the Bible and in their lives? What do you think?
I love that idea.
Will you come and help me?
Sure, let's go.
All right, let's go.
Don't forget to buckle up.
First things first, what's your name?
Well, I'm Chris, and I'm a priest down in Ipswich.
Wow. Who is Jesus?
Jesus, he's a really cool dude who is God's son and our king.
I agree, he is a cool dude. What's the first thing you think when you think about God and Jesus?
What's the first thing I do? Well, I give thanks for the day that he has given me every morning.
And finally, what helps you remember that Jesus is our joy?
Well, Chantal, I remember what he did for us on the cross at Easter time, and that brings me joy that he has saved me and helps me to have a relationship with God.
Wow. Hi, can we ask you some questions?
Yes, anytime.
First things first, what's your name?
Julie.
Hi, nice to meet you, Julie. I'm
Hi,
Chantel.
Chantel.
Now, who is Jesus?
Son of God.
What's the first thing you think of when you think about God and Jesus?
Of one. What do you think?
I think I'm thankful for his love.
Yes.
And lastly, what helps you remember that Jesus is our joy?
That my life is eternal and he's forgiven me of my sins, or they have.
Wow, that's great, Julie. Thank you.
Thank you, Chantel. Lovely to see you.
You too.
First things first, what's your name?
My name is Colin Waters, otherwise known as the Dalby Donut Man.
And Colin, can you tell us, who is Jesus?
Jesus is a friend of mine. We know he's the Son of God, and he came to earth and he gave his life for me, and for that I'm very thankful.
Wow. And what's the first thing you think of when you think about God and Jesus, Colin?
To keep a good relationship with him, to be my friend.
And how do you help yourself remember that Jesus is our joy?
Jesus is our joy by joining with other people as they worship him, read the Bible, pray, and look at what God has done for me and be thankful.
Thanks, Colin.
That's okay.
Wow, Zoe, that was so helpful. I love listening to people's answers.
I know, right? The one I love the best was how that Jesus can help us to be thankful in every situation, no matter what we face. I think it's a good reminder in the morning to always wake up and be thankful that we have everything that we do. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I think that's a really helpful idea. First things first, be thankful to God first.
I agree. Well, Chantel, I've got to go now, but how would you like to meet up next week and we can read through more of Philippians and learn a bit more about Jesus?
I love it.
All right. Well, let's see you this same time next week. How does that sound?
Brilliant.
Thanks, everyone. See you next time.